Welcome you on VITV with Into Vietnam. In the next 50 minutes, we'll be updated on business events around the country in the headlines. Credit growth by 7.18% and total means payment increased by 11.6%. Media companies joined the campaign to support local businesses. And the Prime Minister leads charge to develop technology. According to a report by the State Bank of Vietnam to the National Assembly, as of October 31st, 2013, total means of payment increased by 11.6%, outstanding loans increased by 7.18% compared to the end of 2012.
Vietnam Dong deposit rose 14.06%, even though Vietnam Dong deposit interest rate ceiling was revised down significantly, providing abundant capital for banks to cut lending interest rates and expanding credit. For the whole year 2013, total means of payment is estimated to increase by 16% compared to 2012, contributing to control inflation below 7% and ensuring liquidity. As of October 31st, 2013, outstanding loans rose 7.18% compared to the end of 2012, far from the 12% growth target of 2013, but much higher than the same period in 2012, 3.54%. Credit structure continues to shift towards higher growth for priority areas. Regarding interest rates in the first 10 months of the year, deposit interest rates fell 2 to 3% per annum, lending rate fell 3 to 5% per annum, in which the interest rate for new loans fell sharply to the level of the period 2005-2006. The interest rates for old loans also fell sharply. Regarding the handling of non-performing loans, the growth rate of non-performing loans has declined steadily since the end of 2012. At the end of September 2013, the total system non-performing loans were 142.33 trillion dong, up 33.9 trillion dong, 20.2% compared to the end of 2012. The average growth rate was 2.2% per month. However, the non-performing loan ratios in total outstanding loans has continuously increased due to slow credit growth.
In other news, Hanoi's enterprises would enjoy a preferential interest rate of 0.2% for short-term bank loans taken out this year as a part of local program to support struggling businesses. A Municipal People's Committee report says there were nearly 15,000 newly registered companies in the first 10 months of this year, with total investment of 100 trillion dong or $4.76 billion in the capital city, up 12% in number and 33% in value. At the same time, over 10,000 companies had shut down, while firms that were still in operation were struggling to sell their goods, again access to long-term capital for investment and production. Businesses say investment would have at this tough time, but many suggested the program should be stretched out to next year. Amid rising issues of high bad debt levels, high inventory, frozen real estate market, and a large number of businesses going bankrupt, the Vietnam Association of Advertisement worked in collaboration with the Vietnam Association of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises to host the Great Brands, Marketing Strategy and Chances to Invest in Vietnam. It's within the framework of a bigger event known as the Ad Asia 2013 media campaign to warm up the property market and reduce inventories. The conference was attended by marketing directors of great brands in Vietnam and the United Kingdom from companies working in such fields like trade, innovative industries, sports, and education. They shared advertising strategies to promote brands effectively and gave assessment on business chances in Vietnam. Notably, top media expert Mr. Jamie Rager, Managing Director in Asia-Pacific region of the Manchester United Limited, shared experience in media and marketing, which has made great contribution to the world-famous Manchester United club in the past 100 years. He says Vietnamese businesses, especially small and medium-sized enterprises with limited financial resources, can totally develop strong brands if they can identify and focus on their strengths.
It's important to note that Manchester United started as a very small company. We've been building for 130 years. Even when I joined in 2007, there was only 200 people. So a very well-known brand, but actually a small company. But I think what enabled us to be successful is we focused on one thing that we're very good at, which for us is developing professional footballers. So the lesson for Vietnamese companies is it's very important to understand what your distinguishing feature is for your business. What are you unique at?
The great brands among the At Asia 2013 media campaign in collaboration with enterprises. The big event is regarded as the breakthrough, helping to reform the mass media sector and help to boost the national economy by warming up the real estate sector and reduce inventory levels.
Chưa bao giờ thị trường bất động sản Việt Nam, nền kinh tế của một cái quốc gia được nhìn nhận nghiêm túc và vô cùng là quan trọng, gắn liền với cả truyền thông như là năm 2013. Và cái thông điệp của năm 2013 hướng tới đó chính là giải phóng hàng tồn kho. Đấy là một trong những nhiệm vụ quan trọng hàng đầu để vực dậy cái nền kinh tế, và trong đó cái lĩnh vực bất động sản được ưu tiên số 1. Được coi đấy là một cái nền xương sống để phát triển ổn định kinh tế một cách ổn định và bền vững.
Businesses participating in the campaign can get access to the goods exchange scheme with the At Asia 2013 committee. It means that products and services can be exchanged for marketing values.
Cái công thức của nó là gì? Đó là cái tam giác hàng đổi hàng và quy ra tiền. Và đây chính là cái sự linh động rất là uyển chuyển, hợp lý trong cái giai đoạn mà cái thị trường tính thanh khoản về mọi các sản phẩm quy ra tiền mặt khó khăn. Thì đây cũng chính là những cái gợi ý, những cái sáng kiến của Hiệp hội Quảng cáo. Vấn đề mà hỗ trợ giữa truyền thông và các cái sản phẩm về nhà ở, các cái lĩnh vực về nhà ở sẽ đem đến một cái diện mạo mới cho cuộc cách mạng quảng cáo tại Việt Nam.
Chúng ta có thể là dùng các cái dịch vụ của mình, dùng những các cái chi phí của mình, dùng những các cái sản phẩm hiện có của chúng ta để chúng ta có thể là đàm phán, chúng ta có thể là thương lượng, chúng ta có thể là hợp tác với những các cái đơn vị truyền thông, những các cái đơn vị thông tấn, báo chí, và chắc chắn là sẽ có một cuộc cách mạng và sẽ làm rất là mạnh mẽ thì mới có thể là giải quyết được một phần nào đó của cái tình hình kinh tế khó khăn hiện nay.
Within the At Asia 2013, businesses are also encouraged to take part in discussion with experts in mutual exchange to boost their commodity flows. Through the activities, firms will have a comprehensive method to improve the marketing measures and build strong brands. The campaign will last till the end of this year. Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng has approved a proposal to drive development of the science and technology market by 2020 in an attempt to increase the competitiveness of technology-based products and services.
The program aims to simplify regulations on the establishment, registration and operation of businesses in the tech sector and provide a boost to domestic science and technology-based firms currently lagging behind overseas competitors. The program will see the construction of national-scale trading floors in Hanoi Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang City, while existing tech marts will be expanded. The program also aims to see the proportion of transactions resulting from domestic intellectual property increase to 10% of total technology-related sales by 2015 and 20% by 2020. The program is expected to meet the local market demand for technology in a range of sectors and enable a higher rate of technology use nationwide.
And now for trade news, we continue the program.
Data from the General Department of Vietnam Customs show the country was estimated to have around $13.2 billion trade surplus with the United States of America in the first 9 months of this year. In details, the Southeast Asian country ships $17.1 billion worth of goods to the U.S., while it only spent $3.9 billion to buy goods and services from the U.S. in the period. Vietnam also posted a trade surplus of $10.8 billion with the European Union, trade surplus of more or less than $1 billion with Japan, Africa, Oceania between January and September. However, Vietnam incurred $17.2 billion trade deficits with China, $10.3 billion trade deficits with Korea, and $2.1 billion trade deficits with Asian countries in the period. The Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers of VITV forecasts the country's aquatic product exports are expected to hit $6.5 billion in 2013, making a year-on-year increase of 5% from 2012. VITV said in the fourth quarter of this year alone, Vietnam is seen to earn $1.7 billion worth of aquatic product exports, increasing 6.5% compared to the same period in 2012, which saw $1.6 billion in export volume. The seafood exports in the last quarter of the year mainly thanks to shrimps. In the first 9 months of this year, shrimp exports were estimated to surpass $2 billion, accounting for 43% of the country's total aquatic export values, up 27% on year. Meanwhile, exports of shellfish is predicted to get difficulty in recovering, while exports of tuna to fall versus the same period last year.
According to the average retail electricity frame approved by the Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng, retail electricity prices are likely to rise by 22% in the next 2 years. Under the frame, the floor electricity prices would be 1,437 dong per kilowatt-hour, and the ceiling prices would touch 1,835 dong per kilowatt-hour, with VAT excluded. The current retail electricity prices is 1,508.85 dong per kilowatt-hour, or 326.15 dong per kilowatt-hour below the ceiling price. This means that it's likely that retail electricity prices to rise by 22% in the next 2 years. Vietnam has raised electricity prices by twice since December 2012, each by 5%. The average retail electricity price frame for 2013-2015, just approved by the government, came into force from November the 11th, 2013. Over 26.4 trillion dong or $1.3 billion have been approved for resident displacement and resettlement projects sparked by the construction of the Sơn La hydropower plant. The money includes more than 17.4 trillion dong or $829.4 million sourced from the state budget and 9 trillion dong or $428.6 million from Vietnam Electricity. Is allocated to 3 neighboring northwestern provinces, namely Sơn La, Điện Biên, and Lai Châu, to move and resettle 20,340 households with more than 92,000 people. Located in Sơn La Mường La district, the Sơn La power plant was inaugurated on December 23, 2012, 3 years ahead of schedule. It has an installed capacity of 2,400 megawatts with 6 400 megawatt turbines and is the biggest of its kind in Vietnam. And before we go, let's check out today's update on gold prices, forex, and securities markets. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for your attention. Enjoy your weekend and see you later.